Let me just make sure positions are set. Excellent. All right, guys, spawning in the top middle of the map, we have the pink Zerg, Optik Desi.
And his challenger spawning across from him in the 6 o'clock position of the map. It is the purple Zerg for UNT. It is Tropical Bob.
And as you said, I kind of was hoping Tropical Bob would pick a map like Ohana, but not the case. One thing I do want to point out immediately, though, is we do have Tropical Bob already microing his drones to the close mineral patches. Something not often seen, as actually both players are doing it, so that's really cool to see.
Excellent.
I mean, early game, you've got all this extra micro. I mean, why the heck not? Not like using a ton of APM to hit S&D real quick. Select drone, select drone.
Yeah, when you're at a professional level, you definitely want to eke every little thing out. It does make a difference, guys, because oh yeah, he's only getting, maybe 5 extra minerals doing this, but if he does that, 10 different ways, suddenly he squeezed out 50 more minerals than you did doing the exact same thing.
I think
and he
it's
has an extra drone or another 2 Zerglings.
Yeah, I think it's most notable in Zerg too. I mean, like when you're Terran, you get the barracks up like an extra 3 seconds or whatever. But like when you're Zerg, you're sitting there, you've got 3 larvae, you want to spend that money right away.
Exactly, well said.
But this is a huge map. Like, oh my freaking god, this is a huge map. So we'll see what these guys are gonna go for. I mean, Banelings and Zerglings are not out of the question by any means, but big maps like this tend to sometimes have that little silent no rush agreement where players will just go for that Roach Infestor army or even Mutalisk versus Mutalisk, but I
see a
don't
bit
know.
of deviation here already. We see a pool first from Tropical Bob versus a 15 hatch from Desi.
This wouldn't be so out of the ordinary if he was taking a gas with this, because this could indicate earlier Banelings, some speed, but this I think could just be entirely defensive. Maybe a little worried that Desi might be 10 pooling or something, but
Yeah.
he is taking that hatchery behind it. So not a big deal, but it is
Just because
notable.
yeah, like the unwritten rule of the map is don't cheese. So if you cheese, then people won't be expecting it. So he's probably saying, well, if that happens, I'm prepared.
Well, unwritten is big air quotes, as we've seen a lot of weird stuff on this map. Like I'm not sure if it was you who I was casting with. We saw Nurchio do like a 6 pool on this map.
That was definitely not me, but yeah, I've heard of people 6 pooling on Whirlwind for crying out loud and taking out a Terran because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna commence center first.
Yeah, it happens, weird
It's
things,
Whirlwind.
but we do have the
Yeah.
gas start of both these players. And it looks like Desi's a little ahead in the gas race. No, sorry, Tropical Bob is. My mistake. I can't read colors. Pink versus purple Zerg. I mean, come on. How unfair can you get? Might as well be
Yeah.
colorblind.
I don't know about you, but when I see Tropical Bob playing, like I just imagine him sitting like, wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and shorts and some sunglasses with a laptop, microing.
Oh, one boy.
Yeah, microing with this little with like a MacBook or something, just playing StarCraft and like a beach chair somewhere, like palm trees over him, drinking
Got
a
that
Corona.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say you gotta put the Corona on there. You can't
Gotta
leave
have the
that out.
Corona.
Well, checking the work account right now, we do have Desi slightly ahead thanks to that earlier hatchery. 1 drone lead right now, guys. This is an intense matchup.
Oh, Tropical Bob just won a Zergling scuffle, 2 Zerglings to 0, but that Queen will make things unfair and
Yeah, the
chase
Queen
the
was
Zerglings
like,
back into the
well,
lane.
congratulations, here's your constellation prize.
Yep. Bob did get a scout off. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, he's confirmed that his opponent's doing pretty much the exact same thing he is.
Exactly.
Speeds both about the same bit. We have Bob slightly ahead. And still no baneling nest for either player, but again, it's a little bit early, so it's nothing too surprising. Quite
Bob's full
often...
out of gas.
Ooh, so that we might just see a lot of Zerglings being pumped soon.
Yeah, there's Banelings for Desi and what are these guys gonna do? Desi just spent all his money on something, just a lot of drones, and Tropical Bob's floating a lot of cash, so he could expand if he wants.
And he went right back into that gas. I don't think pulling off was intended, maybe.
Ooh, here it is. Yeah, this drone. As Tasus would say, he put in his job application and he got the job. He is going to be a hatchery.
Well, if Desi doesn't catch wind of this and it goes unpunished, this third hatchery will put Bob so far ahead, not just in larva or minerals, but just in the ability to have that extra map control on the map. But right now, we do see Desi actually throwing down a third and fourth geyser already.
And we do see this Overlord heading on a collision course with this third base, so no doubt he will find out very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's very exposed. There's the rocks here. It's easily punished. We'll see what Desi chooses to do. But I'm a little fearful as there's a layer completing soon. We've got a lot of gas. starting to bank up. Not a lot of minerals, a little supply block, so we can't throw down like 12 Mutalisks straight away by any means, but we'll see what he
Looks like
plans to
he's
do
going to
with all the
put some
gas.
pressure on. He's got a lot of Zerglings milling around outside of Desi's base, but he is fully aware of this because of the Overlord blimps
And there
floating
are
outside.
Banelings. I mean, all you need is 1 or 2 good Baneling hits to completely level the playing field this early.
Yeah, neither of them have armor upgrades, I believe, so the Banelings still one-shot the Zerglings.
Yeah, there's that Spire started immediately. So we're going to see Desi pump out a couple Overlords, start banking up some cash, some gas, and this is kind of cool because he's significantly far ahead of Bob right now due to that third layer. You know, Infestors, if they're going to be on the field, they won't have Pathogen Glands. If he goes for his own Mutalisks, he will have less. I mean, Desi, providing he hits a good timing, could take a very early win here.
Yeah, it's going to be Spire versus Spire, so what I really am looking forward to right now is what upgrades will they invest in? Will we see armor out of either player? Because armor in Mutas versus Mutas is just GG so fast. It is insane.
Well, to quote Hyun, you know, upgrades and skill don't matter when you're Muta versus Muta because the Glaive Worm is just so random. You can't skill your way to victory.
Well, if you have armor, it has a greater effect than plus attack in Muta.
Oh, and Zergling's getting caught trying to go for that third. Some will make it in, but oh, they are greeted by Banelings.
Bob wasted a couple Banelings there, but it didn't really matter as he had 2 defending that third.
Yeah, those will deny the aggression for now. We have the Spire just completing here for Desi. And immediately pumping out 10 Mutalisks.
Is he going to go for armor or attack?
I don't imagine he'll go for any tech right now. He's probably just going to try and get numbers up. Because, I mean, reality is if you've got more numbers this early, it doesn't matter whether your opponent has armor or not.
This is quite true. Usually we see an upgrade accompanying the first
Still see some beautiful miscontrol from Bob. I was going to say beautiful control by Desi because he got around the Baneling. Oh, does bait that, so he'll pick off the Queen, and he's going to pick off a few drones here for free at the third. Bob is sending in his own Zerglings, though, to clean this up.
Oh, this is a great attack by Desi, and if you look at units lost, 500.
But he spent so much money on gas, he's not going to have the Mutalisk numbers that Desi does. 7 Mutalisks in production, 8 Mutalisks in production. He does have that +1 armor you were talking about earlier coming, but we have 10 Mutalisks, another 3 on the way from Desi.
Yeah, and Bob's
and he's picking off Overlords. You don't want to be supply blocked when you got this many Mutalisks coming towards you.
Oh, this could suck. 86.
Oh, but the Zerglings are heading. This will force Desi back home for now. You believe?
They're both supply blocked. Look at that. 90 over 86.
I'm trying to figure out. I think Desi used all his Banelings in that awkward assault.
Yeah, and if we look at units tab, neither of them have a Baneling between them. And look at this, we've got
16 Mutalisks versus 10.
We've got Optik's Desi going for +1 attack versus +1 armor for Tropical Bob. They'll finish relatively at the same time. Bob's a little bit ahead. So if we survive for another, if we go another couple of minutes or so game time,
will Desi catch this though? These Mutalisks are heading straight to the main, and I think right now Desi's worried about the Zerglings. Oh, but with a Queen advantage on top of having superior numbers, Bob has to run. Oh, this is such a intense sort of stalemate. Both players just pumping Mutalisk after Mutalisk.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy. There's going to be so many Mutalisks out very soon. I'm just staring at the unit counting station here, and we have 19 Mutas versus 14, with a similar amount in production for both players. So,
I mean, that +1 armor will be really nice over the +1 attack, but I mean, again, Desi's gonna have the numbers, and as long as he maintains the numbers, he'll win the fight. He can't let Bob catch up to him.
Even if Bob has a bit of a deficit, even though he'll have a deficit, he might actually be able to pull ahead because of the upgrade advantage. Armor is just so
but we're going to see a clash here. He's going to get a volley off on these Mutalisks. We need to see a Glaive Worm hit.
He's got to get out of there. His armor does finish, so he does have this little window of opportunity now.
It's only about 4 seconds, though. Oh, he's going to pick off 1 Mutalisk for free. Good job, Tropical Bob. Zerglings are in hot pursuit underneath this, though.
Tropical Bob's engaging. Here we go.
So Mutalisk versus Mutalisk going on. It's just kind of an A-move battle.
Attack just now finishes for Desi.
Oh, but Desi's got reinforcements coming in. This is what he needs. Both Mutalisk players, I think Desi has the superior numbers still. Checking the unit count tab. Yes, by 1 Mutalisk.
He's got defender's advantage now, Bob does, and he should be able to drive Desi back.
Oh, we see some great focus fire on those low Mutalisks, and suddenly Desi is pulling ahead. 15-7 Mutalisks. Oh, but that is falling.
Micro.
Got the Queen. Oh, so 14-8 right now, and this is just so heavily in Desi's favor.
Bob does have the overall supply lead. It's mostly in drones, though. He's sending out those lings. This might actually be to buy time for him to amass more
Oh, but look
mutalisks
at this
at
in the
home.
third. Garyoak, those rocks are about to fall. Will he use these Zerglings to get in there and do some damage? No, he's too busy focusing at home right now.
He could morph those into banelings and do a lot of damage.
Oh, but I think this might be the end of Tropical Bob's Mutalisk. He does have the Queen, but it doesn't really matter. Overlords are soaking some of that splash damage, though, and that's exactly what he needed to drive back those Mutalisks.
Ah, clever. Now we see the effectiveness of the upgrades going against each other.
And, oh, here we go. The
The
Zerglings
lane's
are
going into
moving into third. They're going to get a couple of drones. I mean, these will be shut down.
They've definitely paid for themselves, though, and they open up those rocks, so that's another avenue of attack for
Oh, but
later
huge
on
swarm
in
of
the game.
Zerglings coming right into the natural and splitting
Some
off
going
into the main.
main.
I don't
Beautiful.
think Desi... Oh, he does have Zerglings popping out just barely in time to hold this off.
I really like the idea behind that attack, though. The Mutalisks can only be in one place at once, and if there's a lot of Zerglings everywhere, he's going to do damage somewhere.
That was a really nice split attack by Bob. I think it caused a lot of panic for Desi, but he does clean it up. Look, he's sitting pretty. And like you said, looking at the units and resources lost, it's pretty even at this point.
65 to 44 drones, so their army supply is about dead even, but Tropical Bob does have that economy lead, and he might want to be looking into taking a fourth soon, as his main is going to deplete.
Yeah, especially if he keeps this pressure up. He's doing a great job of keeping Desi at home. Desi has not been able to pick off any workers with these Mutalisks, and I think that's really what you want to try and get the core to do. But again, we see this little split push, a little poke here, trying to scout where all the units are at.
Desi's going for +1 armor. If that finishes, he'll have a big advantage over
Oh
Tropical Bob.
no, and here come the Mutalisks! The clash of the A move, I guess, as it were.
Oh, those Mutalisks are flailing with their tails between their legs.
Oh, and here we go, another hit. Ah, Desi keeps retreating, and I don't feel that's the right choice. Because you're taking 3 or 4 extra volleys while you run away. But you know what, it doesn't really matter, because look at this. He's got Tropical Bob on the run now.
Yeah, these Mutalisks are just dropping like flies, and let's look at the unit counting station again. 21, wow, 21 to 21 mutas. What am I watching?
I don't know, this is crazy. I mean, Bob, again, 72 workers to the 54 now. He really needs to take that 4th base because, as you said, with this mining out, this is really overly saturated. A lot of these drones are going to waste, but I don't think that's on his mind right now, as
no,
he's constantly
supply blocked.
pressuring. So is
again,
Desi, though. Those Overlord snipes.
Yeah, and +2 armor coming out for Bob. However, there's going to be a long period of time where Desi does have the upgrade advantage, 1-1 versus 0-1.
Oh, and these Zerglings are so poised to strike. We see flooding into the 3rd. Again, these drones will fall as the Natural's being hit as well. And this huge collision of Mutalisks going on right now.
And Bob once again retreats. That's a wise move, I'd say, especially
But he's
since
picking off a
+1,
lot with these
+1 is
Zerglings.
finished.
Desi wants to chase out, but he can't. And he's losing so many workers to this Garyoak. 25 and climbing. These Zerglings in the natural.
Terrible damage.
I mean, the biggest thing about this, forget the amount of workers lost. The new larva waves, they have to be used for drones. You can't make Mutalisks out of them.
Yeah.
And, oh, look at this, the 3rd.
35 drones to 71.
The 3rd might just be picked off here. It will definitely be picked off here. There's no way for Desi to clean this up in time.
Oh, he actually...
Oh, he does save. No, he doesn't save it. It does go
so
down.
Close. He barely got it. But at what cost? He's going to lose a lot of mutas.
This is such a huge...
Oh no, he's attacking the rocks!
Oh,
the rocks.
This is why you get rid of these rocks early game and the supply depots. That is so unfortunate.
Oh,
look at the unit count right now. 32 Mutalisks to 23, though. I mean, okay, Desi is not making drones. He is pumping into Mutalisks. I think this is going to be the awkwardest form of all-in we've ever seen. He's got the numbers, and not too many of these Mutalisks are damaged. And as you said, that upgrade advantage will come into play.
Yep.
But are we going to see a weird base race, perhaps? With the addition of the Zerglings, I think Desi's in a lot of trouble. He cannot outdamage Tropical Bob.
Yeah, and Tropical Bob does have the economy to reproduce. He can afford to lose this 4th base because he's just going straight for the heart of Desi. You're wiping out hatchery after hatchery, drone after drone. He's down to almost no workers. He's down to 5 workers.
Meanwhile, Desi is doing a fair amount of damage, but it's the addition of these Zerglings. He can't hold out.
Desi is doing a fair amount of damage, but as they say, a candle flickers most brightly just before it burns out.
Oh, and I think Desi's going to try. He doesn't even have the gas to put an extractor down. Oh, he's going to try to put the Zerglings there ready to block him. All the drones from Bob being rallied out as well, and this is a very awkward base race.
Since it's Mutas versus Mutas, he can afford to base trade, and their
but here's the
armor
thing.
has finished.
Bob is putting down a hatchery at Desi's natural. So Bob, I believe, has just won this game.
He should win this game, by all intents and purposes. And is this gonna eliminate him? No, it's not. Where are the
If
other buildings? Oh, there's one extractor.
there's
I
two
think
extractors actually
two
in the middle
extractors.
and at the fourth base location.
The
Zergling,
Zerglings are picking away at it though.
Desi has to protect that one extractor or just bank on Bob never find. Actually, look over here on the left side. No, actually, that's a
Bob
sliding
knows where it is. He can. Desi is revealed. He's just gonna try and squash these Mutalisks right now.
Well, the advantage of being pink is you do look similar to those geysers. It might not be quite apparent.
I wonder if he planned this. He's just going for the geysers here.
Oh, but the
there are
Mutalisks!
no drones. There are 0 drones left for Desi. 39 mutas to 29.
And he is going
extractor.
straight for that extractor. When this extractor falls, the game will end. And this is the
Too many
strangest, craziest
gonna
end to
save it.
Metropolis I have ever seen.
Wow. And that's GG as Desi is defeated.